We can literally bring about proper solutions to certain issues if we can just focus on the bigger issues and not focus on issues that are so ridiculous. At the end of the day, you realize, hey, guess what? I've not been so effective. Why? Because I've been... So what up, guys? Welcome back. My name is Luke, and guys, thank you so much for joining me today. So yes, guys, today's video or today's topic, we're going to be looking at a very interesting video I came across, and this video sort of highlights a feminist idea or feminist ideologies, right? Feminist ideology that I personally don't agree with, and I'm not saying I don't agree with, like, you know, the whole feminist movement. No, don't get me wrong. I mean, there are certain aspects of this, you know, feminist and feminism movement that I agree with, like it's reasonable. Then there are those ideas that are just too radical, like it's far east, like it's to the extreme. And this video highlights one of those ideas. Yes, one of the many ideas that are just too radical and too extreme. So guys, let's get into the video.
I have to go to, in the United Kingdom, someone won an award just recently for a chair, well, two chairs actually, two chairs that have been built by a young artist in relation to curbing the crime of manspreading. Now, please help me, I had to get a dictionary to work out even what this manspreading thing is, but the university student Layla Laurel, you can see there, the woman is sitting, the chair has been designed with a block of wood in it, so she opens up her legs and sits like a bloke. And the man has got wedges on the side of his chair. You know, let's even call him a man. He may not be a man. You don't know these days. You can call yourself whatever you like. But it's designed to force your legs together because apparently women are put out, and there's a quote from Laurel I'll put up on the screen. She says, it comes from my own experiences of men infringing on my space in public. Oh, come on, Daisy, this is just ridiculous.
Oh, Peter, oh, the advent of manspreading, what an extraordinary thing. It was actually the invention of this word that inspired me to stop calling myself a feminist, because I realised the ideology that I thought meant freedom and equality was actually just a load of rubbish that had been hijacked by idiots who make up words to prove their point.
Oh, man. Same. That was my thought exactly when I saw this. I mean, I was like, okay, like, what's the point? I mean, what's the point? Where a woman's chair is designed like this so that she can sit in a very comfortable way. Then a man is like required to close his legs when he sits, which is like, okay, cool. What is this preventing? What are we achieving at the end of this? Like, what is this nonsense, you know? And you know what? It's fine. Let's continue with the video. Then I'll give my full thoughts, because it's, man.
And look, to explain what manspreading is, it was explained to me originally as the theory that men sit with their legs far apart on public transport to sort of invade women's space and sort of stake their claim as part of the furniture, so to speak, and that it was a...
Invade women's space. No, like, naturally men just like to sit like that. Like, you know what, I don't understand. You know, I think there's a line between sanity, right? And I think majority of people have literally crossed it. Like, there's a line between sanity and being sane. Let me put it that way. And majority of people have crossed that line. They're like, we are now insane. Like, all of a sudden, we literally coming up, conjuring ideologies and ideas around how things should operate, as if man made it their point that, you know what, we're going to be sitting like this in public so that we can invade spaces that women belong to. Not only that, so that we can show our dominance. Man, that's dumb. Naturally, people sit like that. Women, naturally, when a woman sits, she doesn't even need to think about it to say, okay, I'm going to sit like this. Naturally, when a woman just sits, she sits like that with her legs closed. And a man sits like this. And all of a sudden, guess what? That's a crime. As a man, you should not sit with your legs open like that. You should sit with your legs like this. And where is this coming from? Some so-called feminist, which is a bit crazy. And I feel like these are ideologies that over time, if not dealt with, personally, I feel, tend to become laws, and ridiculous laws, knowing that human beings can adopt anything and everything, and over time it becomes law. So, man, this is crazy. Let's continue.
That it was a terribly sexist thing and designed to infringe on women's space. And now we know that's not the case. And I'm going to phrase this very delicately, Peter, for this this prime time slot. Anyone with a basic knowledge of the human anatomy will know why gentlemen tend to sit with their legs slightly further apart than women do.
Exactly. Exactly, for God's sake. Do we need to go through this? Exactly.
It's not a matter of sexism or invading space, it's a matter of practicality. So this silly sort of manspreading narrative, all it does is emasculate men. It makes feminists look completely petty. And if any feminist watching this is wondering why people think feminist is somehow man-hating and stupid, well, it's this kind of thing that gives them that image, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but all the while, Caleb, all the while, you know, we're having this debate about are you a man spreader or not, and whether it's offensive and encroaching deliberately into a female space. All the while we're doing this, the feminists are not talking about child marriage and those rates that were out last week that are absolutely horrific. We're not talking...
Exactly. Like, I don't understand why. Oftentimes, I think we tend to focus on the most pettiest of things, like the littlest of things that don't even make impact at the end of the day. And it goes on and on and on and on like that. And a lot of movements are not that, a lot of movements are not that effective. Like, a movement has been on for the longest, like 80 years, and there's no difference in the world. Like, all the crime that this movement existed or came into existence in order for it to find some form of justice, they're still existing. Not only that, they're literally being perpetuated continuously, and you ask yourself, okay, cool, this movement exists, and it says, okay, they came to eradicate some form of gender inequality, but at the end of the day, guess what? It's been 80 years, and that is not eradicated yet. What's the point? Where is the problem? This is the problem. We're still focusing on the littlest of things. That's being so petty. Like, you're going to be focusing on how men sit in public and how women sit in public. Not only that, conjure some form of ideologies behind that. Come on, guys. This is so dumb. I mean, there are bigger issues that feminist or feminism as a whole movement, right, can be focusing on. And at the end of the day, we can literally somehow ameliorate, a lot of social issues that are not, can I say, conducive for women in society. Yes, we can literally bring about proper solutions to certain issues if we can just focus on the bigger issues and not focus on issues that are so ridiculous. At the end of the day, you realize, hey, guess what? I've not been so effective. Why? Because I've been writing some form of research on manspreading. What's manspreading? It's the way men sit in public, okay? What's the point? Well, the way men sit in public is sort of intruding into spaces that women belong to. Not only that, it's intimidating. Then at the end of the day, man, you know what? It's crazy. It's crazy. And these are the same ideologies over time become so truth, to the point where I remember watching this. Yes, I remember watching this. This is another video I wanted to do a reaction to, but I've not found time. I remember watching this this lady, right, talking about how it is not, it's not proper for this phrase to be used, ladies first. She says, that's being so sexist. Like, you saying that, implicitly you saying that women are weak and should be treated as lesser human beings compared to men. Indirectly. Not only that, she went further on to say, opening a door for a woman, like, just being gentle, just being a gentleman, that's being so sexist. Not only that, it's so offensive. We should not be opening doors for women because we are telling them they're incapable. yes, indirectly we're telling women they're incapable. Just because we open doors, we behave as gentlemen, all of a sudden that's a crime now. Oh, man. Anyways, guys, my point is, oftentimes we get caught up in the most stupidest of ideologies that we tend to create a religion, sort of like a religion around it, and sort of like a truth around it. And nah, come on. These are just ridiculous things, and we should be focusing on bigger things. Reason being why people are afraid to, to focus on the bigger issues is because you are somehow forced to deal with the bigger issues, and majority of people don't want to deal with the bigger issues. Reason being is because they're not ready and they're not prepared to deal with the bigger issues, which is a bit crazy. Because, well, if you call yourself a difference maker, then guess what? You should be able to explore areas that have not been explored yet and exploited yet. I mean, that's main reason. Instead of building chairs that somehow promote crazy ideologies that are just mind-blowing and too ridiculous already, just me hearing those ideologies, I cringe. Instead of doing that, the best thing you can do is, guess what? Do the little you can do to impact the bigger picture. So, well, guys, so that's it. And I just wanted to address this. Reason for me addressing this is because I feel like majority of time, like the gentleman highlighted, majority of the time we tend to focus on the littlest of things, because one, maybe we are so afraid of looking at the bigger picture and focusing on that and working towards, improving bigger issues. Yes, and the second point is it's just so crazy that human beings tend to create truth out of anecdotal ideologies and reasoning. So, yeah, and a lot of logical fallacies in this. So, anyways, guys, stay smart. I guess stay smart, and I guess I'll be seeing you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching this. Don't forget to leave your thoughts, your comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll really appreciate that, and I guess I'll be seeing you on the next one.